Hey guys, welcome back to OverTakes. This is Kel.
And this is Misfit.
And we are here with our power rankings for week 3 of stage 2 of the 2019 Overwatch League season.
We've moved ahead 100 years and Overwatch League is still around.
Yeah, so, right? Who'd have thunk it?
And Vancouver still hasn't lost.
Bumper is long dead, but his heirs live on.
His great-great-grandchild is still playing Reinhardt and murdering everyone.
Along with the, 300 other characters that have been released since then.
Yeah. And still no Mama
But he's
Hong
still playing Reinhardt.
Yeah. Because they're still playing Goats.
Yes. Goats is still the meta.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there was a few meta changes a couple decades ago, but Switchback is meta. But it's back.
Everyone decided that, why coach and why try, so let's just play Goats.
Screw that.
The official name has changed to Goats.
It is now just the Goats League.
Yeah.
The League of Goats.
Yeah.
Alright, but no, seriously, we are here with our power rankings.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some of that, but first we're going to talk a little bit about the event that just started today, yesterday.
So, yeah, Tuesday, I mean, you guys have had, you're playing it and stuff. I liked it. It's kind of short, and a lot of people are losing their minds about it, but it's like a flashpoint in the Old Republic, or I'm sure Warcraft had these things where you do missions. It's basically, you're part of the story.
In Warcraft, it's like the,
like a raid?
No, it's not even like a raid, because raids are raids take 3 hours.
Okay, yeah.
It was like, they had these little mini dungeons where you do a group of 3 people and you'd fight off waves. I can't remember what they were called. But it's similar to that. But honestly, it's really not that big a deal because we still have all kinds of content we got 3 different co-op missions right now.
Yeah.
Uprising I still think is the best.
Yeah, I like Uprising. I like this one too. I like, and you know what I noticed? Even with this one, the other ones, everyone's smashing spacebar.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's only been out for a day, and I'm sure by the middle of next week, everyone's going to be doing it. But the story's so good surrounding it that everybody's just watching it. Because, I mean, it's really visually stunning.
Oh, yeah. Far and away, this is probably the one that has been the most immersive as far as story. Last year's Retribution was pretty good for that, but this one, I think they really raised the bar on their storytelling for this game.
And they left a lot of open-ended stuff.
They really did. And it just makes me want, every year this happens, and it just makes me want a permanent co-op game mode to be there. I just want this stuff to always be available, please. Because it's such it's a good way to warm up. It's it's just a good, kind of break from banging your head against the wall in quick play or competitive. And it's just a nice change of pace. I like it.
I think that for it to really work, though, they would have to do a separate game.
Yeah,
which I would buy it.
Honestly, they're getting to the point where you do 3 or 4 more of these, and you're set. You could do that.
Yeah, well, and there's so many separate lore things anyway. You got Junkertown, you got the Deadlock Gang, you got Overwatch, you got Talon, you got all the lunar colony stuff with Hammond and Winston and all that. It all ties together, but
I would love to see them take all the maps that we already have and give us some kind of story mission for each of them.
Yeah.
I think would be awesome.
Yeah, because you even have Nepal and with Genji and Zen.
Ike involved. You've got all of that stuff would be be so cool.
Now here's the Eichenwald one, the Reinhardt story. How fucking awesome would that be?
You just got basically 4 Reinhardts and you got a Reinhardt, Brigida, probably
Goats come.
Yeah, basically just Goats.
Yeah, well, it would be fun. I mean, you could Torb, but you could throw
you could probably throw a Torb in there. You could get that. Who else? You could throw some people in that for sure.
Mercy, and
maybe some hero that hasn't been released yet.
Yeah,
could fit into that story.
Mama Hong.
Yeah,
I'm stuck on this. I'm stuck on the Mama Hong thing. Because Jeff said it was not out of the realm of possibility for Mama Hong to be in the game. And I will main her, and that will be the last hero I ever play.
I think one of the biggest things I got out of this is I'm really excited for the Havana map.
Oh, yeah.
When that is done, because I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, because I like the way it goes from, like, the start, and then the end, in what you're, like, start, like, in the warehouse. I really want that warehouse to be a vital part of that.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, if we're pulling the payload through that, yes.
Because there are so many different places, and it's not just high ground, no high ground, or anything like that. You can run goats through there. You could run Farah in there. Mm-hmm. You could run, maybe. I haven't really looked at the skybox kind of scenario in there.
I mean, there's a lot of options of what you could...
It looks just super fun.
Of what they could do map-wise. And I'm sure, like, there's no way that this doesn't become the next map. Like...
Yeah.
I don't think he even said that.
Yeah, he said it's going to be a map.
He said it. Okay, that's what. Okay, good.
And like last year, what they did with Rialto,
it would be ridiculous for him to be like, "Well, we made all these assets and did all this, but it's not going to be a map."
It's going to be a what the fuck? The capture the flag map,
right?
The 3-on-3 deathmatch map.
God, they would. But yeah, I think that I'm really excited for that.
The skins are great too.
There's some good skins. I'm more excited, honestly, probably for the anniversary with the teases we got for that. There's some good skins for this one, but I'm excited for that just because there's a few skins I missed out on. So I'm looking to try to get one of those.
I gotta get that Junkrat Krampus skin.
Yes.
I did not get that. I was kind of bummed about that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But I'm definitely getting the fucking Hammond High Roller skin.
Yes.
And
so good.
The highlight intro is a must.
Oh God, yeah. If you have that, like, if you have that skin, and then you have to have that.
You have to have
intro.
that. No matter the wrecking ball, the swinging in ones, they're all cool. The one where he's run, nothing beats the what is it? Dramatic.
Yeah, dramatic. The freaking hamster, man. You can't beat it.
Yeah, that. Plus, I mean. I was laughing because, like, we were talking about it before we recorded. Ameng went on. He's like, "What's this?" Like, dude is so young, he doesn't even know what that meme is.
Like, oh God, have we gotten to that point where that meme is that old?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And everyone like posted it on there. He was like, "Oh, okay."
God, but I'm super excited about this. I love this mode. I love the co-op in this game.
I do too.
I think it should be just a standard mode. Give it to us all year, please.
Yeah.
Please, Blizzard. Like, even if it's just in custom games.
Yeah,
I'd be down with that.
Even just doing the all heroes mode, just trying them to see how much different the experience is.
Right.
Like when you're trying, like I tried Hammond on Uprising, and that was super fun.
Yeah, I bet.
Swing, although those damn bastions stop you. Like some,
I bet.
Yeah, they kind of, they don't shoot you necessarily, but like, I don't know, it's like there's some kind of hard stop when you go to hit them. Like they don't move, so, but sledgehammering down on like 9 million of those fucking robots.
The little, laser face robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's super fun. I mean, yeah, there wasn't a big boss or anything like that, but the other ones didn't really have a boss at the end either.
Yeah,
everyone's like complaining there's no boss, but there's no boss fight in Uprising or Retribution.
Yeah, the one in Uprising is 3 Orissas.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the story, that one, see, at least this one didn't just end.
Right.
You finished the mission, and then there was a good 3-minute...
Right. I mean, true. The other ones just kind of ended, because, like, with Retribution, it's just like, we're in the dropship, and it's over now.
And you still have to say, guys, get in the dropship!
Leaving your asses behind.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead style. That is 100% of what I think of every time I play that. I'm just, like, that last stand there. Like, well, we're just waiting for the helicopter to come pick us up.
Yep.
We gotta fend off all these freaking, what's the witch and all of that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
And we also got, like, a couple of new faces, heroes, I guess, possibly.
Possible new heroes that could be made into the game.
Maximilian's dope, by the way.
Yeah, oh my God. Can he be a playable character?
I'm gonna, if I could cosplay that,
yes.
Fuck yes.
Hell yeah.
Him or Bomb.
Because we need, like, Evil Zen, please.
Yeah.
Like, we need more bad Omnics.
You know what a good ability would be, and this is in other games, like a bribe option where, like, because he's the money man.
Right.
Like, bribe and, like, or, like, some kind of confusion bribe thing where the other, like, you're playing Tracer, but your bullets aren't going...
something like that.
Something like that.
That would be cool.
Just for, like, 20 seconds and they're on your team.
Right.
And they have no choice.
Right.
Or something like that. I don't know. That'd be hard to work out, but... Yeah, and then the other Omnic at the end. I kind of thought it was the guy from the Zarya comic.
Yeah, but apparently it's not.
No, it's not. He had
just like he's not really a guy we've seen at all yet.
Yeah.
He's like if Reaper, the Predator, and Zenyatta had a baby.
From what I've heard, is he's some sort of Omnic from Null Sector.
Okay.
What people are speculating, but
right.
That's getting into it makes sense. It gets into a whole thing, but Doomfist was fucking badass in that.
Yeah, Doomfist was awesome.
As usual. They need to see that this goes into the I want more fucking lore. I want movies and shit because
I want more story mode like that.
I want more Doomfist badassery speak.
Like if they ever were like, honestly, I could see them doing something along the lines of releasing another like single player game. Yeah. That's like its own entity and that has like all the co-op missions and stuff, but then turning regular Overwatch into a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
That's kind of the route I see them going.
Yeah.
And then they make some money off of the single-player thing, and then you get some co-op stuff, you get some updates here and there for that, and then Overwatch turns free-to-play, then that brings in more people, and they make more money off of that. And that's kind of how I see it going.
Yeah, and you get people into the lore in the co-op games. So then they want to go into the regular games and they want to play, their heroes, and then people scream at them for picking Torbjorn.
Exactly.
And, Goats!
Goats!
No one says that in my level.
No. I've only had it happen like once or twice. And it was with like a 3 stack. I mean, we shredded because they actually knew how to play it. And the other team was just like, what the hell do we do?
It's like, my ELO, the biggest problem is Bastion.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Reaper. Because those changes are live now with the Junkrat speed. And, which is pretty big.
I haven't gotten to play the Junkrat yet. Or Reaper, actually.
And Reaper's Wraith form that they keep attempting to fix. And it's still Reaper. And he's still going to murder people at low ELOs. And pros and everybody else are just going to handle it.
I did have the sleep dart of my life in a quick play today. It was defending on Eichenwald. I was coming out of spawn, and there was a widow that was like I came out the left side of the spawn. There was a widow that was like in the back right corner, just hiding up there. I drilled her right as I came out the door with my sleep dart, and she just types, "Goddamn." Yeah. And I'm like, yes! Because then my wrecking ball just came and saw him and just like, okay. And
bye. Bye, old driver.
I was just like, yes! But, I don't know. I had a really good game with Anna.
Quick play's just been more fun.
Oh, for sure. Since all of these changes, the quick play has just gotten a lot better. It's like it's not as toxic. It's still a mess at times, but
it's a workable mess.
Yes. It's manageable, and like you feel like if you're playing your main, you can actually kind of take over at times. Like I was playing as Anna, and like we started to get pushed back, and I was just like, fuck this, and I started hitting sleep darts. I started just getting antis that were clutch as hell. Like, it was great.
I've been doing the same thing, playing like Wrecking Ball. I'm pretty much like a Wrecking Ball diva main right now.
Yeah.
I've been playing Mercy actually. A little bit.
Okay. I don't hate that.
I'm not great. I'm actually worse with Mercy than I am with Anna and
There's actually a lot of like very little things that you can do that like separate a really good Mercy. Like because her movement is so unique.
Yeah.
And like the little things you can do, like there was that little thing they were doing on the Overwatch League this weekend, and they had Harry Hook, and he was showing like the little tricks of like how to jump high with Mercy and like that kind of stuff. And like not having played Mercy, I didn't really know any of that stuff. So seeing that, I'm like, oh wow, there's actually like
a lot more to it than
there's a lot more to her kit than I really knew, and that's pretty cool.
Although the Gladiators did one too with Hammond.
Yeah.
And I use the trick on Eichenwald that they were doing. It's on attack. Mm-hmm. Basically, you go up behind the buildings outside the spawn to the right-hand side of the spawn on attack.
Yeah.
And you latch onto there's a tall spire.
Okay.
Kind of thing. You latch on and you swing around and you can actually launch yourself onto the point. So if they have like a bunker comp. So I was like, I missed, I overshot a couple of times, but it scares the crap out of the other team.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, oh God, where did the ball come from?
There's wait, what?
How the fuck?
Yeah. And that's all you need in some matches.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So let's dive in to our power rankings. So we're going to switch it up this week and we're going to start from the top and go to the bottom.
Yeah.
Just kind of what we felt like doing this week because
we spent a lot of time too on Sunday talking about a lot of the mid-table and bottom teams.
Yeah.
And we didn't spend as much time as we probably would have wanted to talk about the good teams.
Yeah.
Especially since some of them had such easy matches.
Right.
We spent a lot of time meta talking and that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. So let's dive into our top 4. I think for each of us, they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
So with number 1, Vancouver. Number 2, San Francisco. Number 3, New York Excelsior. Number 4, LA Gladiators. And that goes for both of us.
Both of us, yeah. It really hasn't changed that much. Vancouver is insane.
Yeah, and we talked about them a lot on Sunday. I could seriously watch an endless loop of the last 2 minutes of that Houston match because, like, that was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen.
Bumper, insane.
On Eichenwald. Yeah. Like,
but in order for him to do that and play the way he does, the rest of the team plays around it too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And he gets fed a lot of resources.
They are masterful at it.
Yeah. And it's not to, like, discount anybody else on their team because they're all fantastic. Like, for those Earth Shatters to work, a lot of times Slime has to get the good boop in.
Slime's getting good boops. You had Twilight just getting some really clutch sleep darts. You had some really nice nades from him as well. Haxel just being a god at no matter what hero he touches. Yeah. Siomensu, the same thing.
Yeah, they're just... Rank-wise, it might not be stat-wise, because stats are skewed.
Yeah.
Especially, like, we play fantasy. Picking good players on great teams, you don't get any maps.
No, you really don't.
It's almost better to pick above-average players on
mid-tier teams, yeah.
That are going to play 4 to 5 maps every fucking time out.
Right. Like, Boston players are the hot commodity in fantasy right now.
Yeah, or Dallas.
Yeah.
Who's not at the bottom or mid.
They're in that mid tier, but they also have a tough schedule. So they're playing like teams that are around their skill level, so that's they're going longer and they're getting more stats and all that. But like
the other teams, I mean, we didn't really talk too much about San Francisco. They just
they had a pretty simple schedule.
They worked the charge. Like
they
just absolutely murdered them.
Absolutely demolished both teams that they played last week, honestly. Actually, no, wait. They just played the one.
They just played against the charge.
But they're just continuing their streak of mashing and getting back to where they want to be.
All 4 of these teams have been doing that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, we were talking about this yesterday. The league right now, it's not like 4 tiers like everybody wants to call it. It's 3. It's the top tier where you have the 4 teams that are insane, and then you have this down to about
mid-tier with about, what, 8
teams, like down to about 16.
Yeah.
Where teams can beat each other.
Yeah. Any of those teams can beat any given day. And then sometimes you're going to have some of the teams are going to be a little better than others and they have more potential and all that, but... And maps
and this and that working in their favor and who they're playing that week and all that kind of stuff. All of the things that matter in this league.
And then you have your bottom tier teams. Yeah. And that's really it. Like, you have your bottom 4, your top 4.
9 miles of shit.
Everyone else. Like, that.
Top tier, 9 miles of shit, and then you're in the sewer.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I don't mean shit like in a bad way either. Like, it's just like... Like, these teams, 1 week you're like...
It's just, it's more crapshoot. Like, it's just like, any one of these teams can beat each other any given week. and you just never know.
But the top 4 teams that we have are, I mean, they 4-0 pretty much everybody.
Yeah, like I've never seen
Gladiators was standing in that.
Yeah, the Gladiators are like a half step, like they're kind of their own tier. Like I would put them above all the other teams,
but not like, quite on the top 3.
But not quite with those top 3 teams. Yeah,
yeah.
Especially regular season.
Yeah, there's one.
There is that caveat with these teams because New York.
Well, yeah. Indianapolis.
Yep.
Peyton Manning led NYXL.
So true.
Poor Jonak.
Yeah, right?
Jonak is the Peyton Manning of the Overwatch League.
He really is.
Maybe he gets traded to my team and we win one.
I mean, at least he's got Reggie Wayne in Mano right now.
Yeah. No running game though.
Oh well, actually, oh man, I can't believe we talked to all those people on Vancouver. Just go back to them real quick, and we didn't mention Janu because Janu is quietly like probably the best diva in the league.
Yeah, he is top 3 easily.
I mean, that dude gets picks with his
bombs, like
bombs that you're just like, wait a minute, how?
Yeah, and
did you stun the Brigida somehow as Baby Diva? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, I know. And there's times it's like. It's that split-second timing when all the lights and the flashing is going off, and you're like...
You're just like, wait, when did he throw that?
Yeah.
B, how did he get the pick on that person? Like...
Yeah.
Like, how did they not get out of the way or something? Like, it's ridiculous.
And he knows where to put the bombs, too.
Yes. His bomb placement is phenomenal. He's up there with Poco and...
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple other guys. And the thing is
Theory.
It's from playing this meta.
Yeah.
So much that you know where the outliers are going to be. Mm-hmm. It's more trying to get... He doesn't try and get the big 5K. No. He's trying to get the Lucio and the Zenyatta that are possibly coming in.
Basic, or like just out. Barely out of or like in a spot where they can't hide.
Yeah.
And like he puts the bomb right where... Like, they don't have enough time to get out of the way and get behind cover or something like that. Like, he's masterful at that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I just wanted to mention that real quick.
That's fine with me because we failed to...
But, San Francisco just demolished the freaking Charge this week, and that team is just in free fall.
Yeah, and New York demolishes everybody in the regular season, but...
They're crushing right now. And, like, I mean, that Jonak 5K, it was against Washington, but like still, holy crap. When a guy can just take over like that, especially when they're down 2.
Yeah.
Like, no way.
Yeah, and then I just like it with the Arissa and the Baby Diva. Everybody else is just kind of like, oh, he's got this. I'm gonna kind of just hang back and I want to watch this.
Like, we're just gonna watch.
Is he gonna get them all?
Nice job, man.
Is he gonna get them all? He got them all.
Oh, okay, you got them. Cool.
The only thing he didn't do was DMAC the Diva. That was the only, and I'm sure he pumped a ton of damage into her anyway.
Well, I'm pretty sure he didn't have his Discord. He did have his Discord on at the very, the last, quarter of the Diva's mech.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But they're ridiculous, but they gotta prove something when it gets to
crunch time. And when it really means something anymore.
And Flower, they put Flower in. He looked okay. I mean, I'm not a hater like a lot of people are, but I'm Flower. It is what it is. He's in Brigida jail anyway. I mean, I know they made a big deal about it. I mean, it's jersey sale related.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I mean, how many more Jonak jerseys can they sell?
Yeah, exactly.
Or SBB jerseys. But let's move on to the next 3.
Yeah.
So this one could be interesting.
This is where we're slightly different.
Yeah.
So at 5, I had the London Spitfire. At 6, I had Dallas Fuel. And 7, I have the Seoul Dynasty.
At 5, I have Dallas. At 6, I have London. And 7, I have the Boston Uprising.
I probably should have the Boston Uprising a little higher, but that loss to Hangzhou kind of knocked them down for me.
Hangzhou seemed to figure a little bit out.
Yeah.
And it was still a tight match. It was back and forth. It didn't scare me that much with them because Hangzhou kind of sorted some things out.
Yeah.
Crystal mostly, but we'll talk about that team later.
Let's talk. We talked a little bit about Dallas on Sunday, so let's talk a little London.
Yeah.
I think they're proving that
they're figuring it out.
They're starting to figure it out, and like they're slow to come around to some things, and that's kind of been their MO.
Yeah.
But once they figure things out, they are a dangerous team.
They are, especially now that Rhine Goats is kind of taking a back seat to the Winston Goats.
You can play Rhine Goats. Obviously, Vancouver has shown us that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to play Rhine Goats, and a lot of teams are opting for Winston because they have better Winston players.
Yeah, especially the teams that were established Overwatch League teams. Mm-hmm. You're seeing Vancouver, who played, contenders. Since season 2, they were playing the Goats comp with Rhine.
Right.
And they played with Winston too. It doesn't matter with that team. But
with London getting that, they're getting one of their best players playing his best character, and that is making all the difference because it just opens it up for everybody else. And now we're getting to see Prophet do Prophet things, gestures. He's just opening it up so much for everybody on that team. Yeah. And then it's helping Fury out as well because now he gets to play a little more close to what he's used to. He's been probably the most consistent player for this team.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, it just opens it up that much more for him.
It does. And they brought Birdring back into the lineup. He's kind of in the Brigida jail.
Yeah.
And you have Prophet doing the flexing.
Yeah.
Which I can't.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. So when they do want to run some kind of DPS thing, and you can put him on whatever.
Actually, the person I really want to talk about the most for this team is Badosin.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I mean, he had some moments with both Anna and Zen that were just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like he's almost been forgotten a little bit.
Right.
Because they were so mediocre in the first stage.
They were.
And he was one of the things that was kind of the mediocre part. But he has looked worlds better. And, sometimes, running someone like, I think putting Birdring in also is a comfortable thing for them.
Yes.
I think Guard was working to an extent when they were trying the Somber Goats.
Yeah.
But as far as like a team, they're used to playing with each other and they kind of can work around that. And I think that helps out things like Badosin didn't look as good when Guard was in there before, but when Birdring was in there and Birdring was playing like shit, Badosin was, you see where I'm going? Yeah. It's kind of a familiarity play style thing.
Exactly. And they just look better when they have their core lineup in. And they get to maximize the amount of playtime that they are playing their best characters.
Yeah.
And that's something we talked about on Sunday with the meta thing, is like that's kind of what it's evolving to, is just play your best characters. And that's what you should do. And like
figure out how to make it work.
Yes, and figure out how to make it work. There's tweaks that you can make here and there, and I want to find the tweet that Huck put out, because he summed it up so perfectly. And we've given Huck a ton of crap on this show, with the decisions that they were making in the offseason and all that. But I'm really starting to come around on him.
Yeah, he's a genius dude. I mean, it's basically mechanically and things like that. You figure out what you can play good or your best, and then you work something out on it.
Right.
Guys, also don't forget, this meta came about because Goats, the team, were kind of getting fucked playing dive.
Yeah.
They were good at it, but they figured out a way to beat everyone. And it was this comp. And they didn't just say, well, everybody's playing dive. We have to play dive against dive. Or counter dive against dive. No, let's come up with something else.
So this is his tweet verbatim. You can tell when Overwatch balance is in a good spot when compositions are determined more by maps and specific points rather than some one-size-fits-all. Team by team, there's a lot of variance, and teams have to play to their individual strengths. Lots of diversity and creativity.
Yeah. That's pretty much summed up our stream on Sunday.
Exactly.
Minus me calling people babies and shut the door and turn your good Charlotte up or whatever the fuck I
said. But, I mean,
14-year-old girl.
It really sums it up so perfectly. And I really... Yeah. I gotta give some huge props to Huck for that.
Yeah, that sums it up really the best way possible. It's said smartly, and, teams need to... I know, and it's also, it feels like, it's like we don't have time to work on this.
Right.
But you do.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Exactly. It's questionable.
Yeah.
But
enough of that.
Yeah. So let's jump to 8 through 10. Who do you got there?
I have Philadelphia at 8, Seoul at 9, and the Chengdu Hunters at 10.
At 8, I have Philly as well. At 9, I have Chengdu. And at 10, I have Boston. I probably should have Boston a little higher, but they only played one game this week. They lost. Yeah. And it was to a team that's been pretty bad up to this point. So I knocked them down a decent amount. But honestly, like we said, in this region, like, I mean, any of these teams are going to vary so much.
And it's going to vary stage to stage.
It's going to vary.
The bad teams are going to be bad. The good teams are going to, the really good teams, and the really bad teams are going to be.
And then the middle ground teams are they're going to fluctuate a lot.
It's going to be contingent on who they play. Like if a team, for instance, if a team has a stage where they play New York or Vancouver twice,
right,
that's going to be 2 losses.
Yeah.
For most teams.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, and then some.
Well, even if you look at Guangzhou, who can't win a map, right, they had San Francisco back-to-back.
Yeah.
And I believe, didn't they play Vancouver as well?
They may have.
I don't know. It's so...
they're getting demolished by everybody that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I think they did, because we were looking forward to that match, because the first time they played...
It was the first week of the
Guangzhou actually gave them a good fight.
Yeah, they took them 3-2.
That was like probably the only team that really did that, other than San Francisco in the final.
Yeah, and Chengdu did it, but that's also the we don't know what the hell's going on.
Right? Chengdu threw all these things, and they were just like, "What the hell is happening?"
Yeah,
like did we just lose that map?
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Bumper start swinging.
Right. And what? They're all everywhere. They're all flying above our heads.
I'm just going to fucking charge at something. Something's going to die.
Right. Oh, I guess it was me.
I'm going to play
in that map. But
anyway.
All right, so who do you want to talk about from this group?
Well, we spent time talking about Seoul and Chengdu. We talked Chengdu a lot. We've been talking Seoul a bunch. We want to talk Philly.
Let's talk some Philly.
Yeah. So Philly, we always have them up high because for me, it's like the opposite of a couple of teams where my expectations, it's like Shanghai, they're doing better, but it's like, in my mind, I'm going, Shanghai.
Yeah.
They have to be low. Philadelphia, it's the opposite because they're never out of a fight.
No. And that's the thing is, like, even when they lose, and they lose pretty, like, I mean, it wasn't that bad of a loss, honestly. Like, they played pretty decently in that match against London, and they looked really good against Toronto, but I can't tell how much more that was Toronto just looking like a mess, more so than Philly looking great. Because honestly, some of the flaws that Philly has really reared their ugly head in both games. Like, Sato is still basically a feeder.
Yeah. Except for when he plays Winston. When they play Winston Goats, and the more and more it comes in, the better and better I think they're going to be. Yeah, and I really think that they just need to go the London route and just say, screw it. We're going to basically play dive goats. Yeah, and running Rhine when you have to. Yeah. Not just because. Yeah, just on like certain map situations like Rialto and maps like that. You kind of have to run Rhine on that. Yeah, what's the other one? The control center on Lijiang Tower. Yeah. That kind of thing. Third point on a couple of like on Eichenwald maybe. Yeah. You're going to run Rhine goats. Yeah. Things like that. Generally though, and I think they still have, other than for some reason like me and you, we don't have the stigma of them being bad or good compared to who they're playing. Right. Like last stage, I knew they were going to be shit without Boombox. I didn't know they were going to lose to Florida. Right. But also, like, I don't know, Philly seems to be, like, they seem to get more in their own way than, like, other teams are better than them. Like, if they lose, it's usually their fault more so than the other team being better than them. Yeah, and it's one of those, especially like if they lose a map, someone screws something up.
Yeah.
And
whether it's Sado, I mean, there's as much as we praise Poco, he makes some mistakes every once in a while that cost them maps. There's
every once in a while, Boombox is either too early or too late with a trance.
Yeah, you'll get a bad trance sometimes. I mean, usually probably their most consistent players, I would say, are EQO, even though he's in Brigida jail.
And Carpe.
Carpe.
Maybe Carpe once in a while.
I think honestly Carpe can be a little hyper aggressive at times, and he gets picked early, and everything falls apart because they don't have any more damage. Really, Neptuno is the only other one. EQO and Neptuno have been the most consistently good players on this team, but all the other guys have had moments where they have cost them games.
Yeah, and the thing is even if they lose a map, though, they grit it out somehow. Which is one of the...
Right, even after those mistakes, like, they are still, like, okay, just buckle down, we're going to hold this as long as we can. We got to get this next map, just put the other one behind us. Exactly.
And I think they're one of the best teams at doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
With losses.
Yeah.
Or losing maps, or stupid situations happen where you have to get a grab and it gets eaten, and you lose a map. They keep it together more.
Yeah.
It doesn't snowball, a negative snowball.
No, they're very good at controlling that. It's mostly either just bad mistakes that cost them maps, or and that's really it. Like it's bad mistakes like that.
And they got good leaders on that team. It's like, all right, just don't worry about that. Let's go.
Yeah, their ability to move on and
they're like
fight
Eli
against
Manning.
Right. And
when Eli Manning was like 27, not when he's 50.
No.
God. He would throw 3 picks in a game, and it would be like, what the fuck? And then he would throw a touchdown pass at the end to win it.
Right.
Okay, so he forgot about those 3, but he was focused enough to win the game.
Exactly.
And that's what they do a lot.
Right. No, I agree. I think they've done really well with that.
All right, that's going to be the first half of our power rankings. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit a like, hit a subscribe. We appreciate it a lot. Stay tuned for the second half, which is going to be either later on today or tomorrow. And don't forget, we have a Patreon page. The link's down below. Our links to our fantasy league and our pick'em. You guys can beat us because I keep forgetting to set my lineup. And we will see you later with 11 through 20. Do it the opposite way.
Yep. Catch you guys on the next one. Later.